So I've never been to Europe in my life, and for the first time ever, I was gonna go with my mom. We were so excited for the trip. We've been planning this for years, and finally in November, for my birthday, we were gonna go. Was it October? Ma, ¿era en octubre al final o noviembre al principio que el viaje era?
A final de octubre.
Okay, so I think it was like the 27th of October we were leaving, and I was gonna spend my birthday there, so I was so excited. The day, so my mom flew in from the Dominican Republic, and she always gets checked up here in the U.S. So she did an appointment, and I was like, oh, let me get my eyes checked as well. That was the same day of our flight. Our flight was at 6. The appointment was at 9 a.m. Dominicans tend to be late to things, and we were late. Since I've been in New York, like being late, it's something I'm like struggling with, like trying to not be late for anything and be like respect others' time and like be on time, and it stresses me out when I'm late. So we were late, and I'm like, I'm not going. Like, I don't need this. You could go by yourself. I'm gonna stay here applying for jobs. I'm in marketing, and that's another struggle, trying to find a job in marketing in the city. Initially, I didn't even have wasn't a big plan of mine to go to this appointment or anything. It was just like, okay, my mom is going, let me go. But my mom was like, oh no, let's go. When I get there, they check in my eyes, everything seems fine. In the machine, they check on it, nobody says anything. I look at my eyes in the machine, and I'm just blown away. I'm just like, this is amazing, this is beautiful. My eyes look like the universe. This is a blessing. And when I'm in the living room, like in the stay area where you wait for the doctor to call you, I'm just thinking, like, how would it be to be blind? And I'm like, do you imagine going blind? Oh, my mom goes in, and they're checking her eyes. She has like holes in her retina. So the doctor is like, oh, this eye is sick, blah, blah. And I'm so empathetic, and I was so sad for her. I was like, oh, my mom, oh no. So once it's my turn, and I like sit in the chair, the doctor sees it, and he goes, oh, this eye is sick as well. And he sees again, and he's like, and he puts his hand here, like, can you see that my hand? And I'm like, and I look up, and I'm like, sure. And he's like, no, look at here, look straight, can you see my hand? And I'm like, no. He's like, you have retina detachment, you have to. And he freaks out, and I start laughing. He's like, no, you have to take this serious, this is a serious issue. And I'm laughing because that's how I deal with like big emotions. I just laugh and like cover it up. And he got all freaked out, and he's like, no, you can't be laughing, this is serious, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's serious, it's fine, everything's gonna be fine. He sent me to a clinic, like, to confirm. We went to the clinic all the way up. We have our ticket, like, it's already won. Our ticket is for 6. We're like, okay, can we do this after I confirm my trip? They're like, no, I never heard about this retina detachment thing. I'm like, I didn't even realize I had it. So I was like, I think because it happens slowly, you don't really realize it.
Hi, this is me from the future, guys. So it actually happens different to everyone. We don't know since when, but I didn't notice it. But for some people, it automatically happens, or like it could be because of an impact you had, someone hit you, if you fell, or it just happened because it happened. So with me, nothing happened other than life. It just started detaching without me even noticing.
And since I was seeing completely from this eye, and just some part I wasn't seeing from this eye, I didn't notice that I was missing a part. And I'll tell you after the surgery, like why that made sense. So we go to this other clinic. She looks at my eye. She's like, yeah, you have this, but we can't do the surgery. You need the surgery as soon as possible. And we don't have the things we need for your surgery. Go to this hospital. go through the emergency room, say that you can't see, for them to take you in right away because this is an emergency. I'm like, so I can't go to my strip? She's like, no. If you go to the strip, you will go completely, like if it detaches completely, you will not see again. Like there's a very low possibility of you gaining your vision back. I go to the hospital, I go through the emergency room, I'm like, I can't see. Bro, they were taking so long for the process. So this is 8 p.m., like no flight, like we're not going. That was ruined. Waiting gets me very anxious. So I was just like, like, and I start crying. I'm like, I can't, like this, I guess the pressure of like everything I had planned fell down. And like now I have this big new thing that I was not expecting at all. And I started crying and I'm like, I can't see, like, can we do all this process later, like, and get my eyes checked? And they were like, oh, you can't see, oh my God, blah, blah. And everybody started rushing. They put me in a bed. They wanted to see why I can't see. They put things in me. I got a bruise there because the doctor was, I got mad because she did the bruise and I was like, ow. And there was blood everywhere. I'm like, her supervisor got mad at her and she got mad at me. And I'm like, you just bruised and spilled my blood. I should be the one that's it. They put me in a scanner. They're like, oh, we don't see nothing going on in the brain, blah, blah, blah. And I finally told a doctor, like, hey, I went to the doctor this morning and they saw I had a retinal detachment and I need this fixed, like it's an emergency. And they're like, oh, why didn't you say that earlier? I'm like, because then I would have to take an appointment and it's an emergency. And I had to come the next day. So I went in the next day. They're like, yeah, like we're gonna do the surgery on you. And they put my appointment for the next day. I was laughing at all of it, making jokes about it. Like I was chill about it. The day before the surgery, it started, like, I had a panic attack. I like lost it. Because I noticed after I was told, like, okay, I can't see in this side. What if everything detaches? It was dark in my room. I was like, what if I never could see again? There's so many things that could go a certain way. So I was very scared. I had my surgery. My eye was completely shut. Everything went good. They didn't have to use gas or something else. Like the gas, and there's something else that's used if needed, and that would tend to get you like a second surgery because of like the reaction of that with the eye. But I just got the buckle, so it's basically they take your eye and they sew something around it and tighten it so the eye gets tighter. Whatever's inside of the eye comes out, the retina attaches again. It's the buckle or laser, like that would have taken you into like maybe you would need a second surgery. So this is the most it's a little bit harder, I think, but like it doesn't require hopefully a second surgery. Everything is supposedly, like they do all these things, but everything depends on your body, on like how it reacts with time. So there is nothing that's 100% certain. So that is very scary, obviously, when you're talking about your vision. So my eye, I lost my sight for 45%. And the question that a lot of people have is, how did I not notice I was blind? So when I was completely covered, for the of one eye after my surgery, I did like this with my arm. And even though I saw completely this part and my eye was covered, I saw this part. Maybe like if you cover it like this, you won't notice it right away. But if you like spend hours with it covered, your brain would create the silhouette of what you're seeing. So I thought like my mind completed the image, not in a perfect way, but in a kind of when you're in the dark and you kind of see things like in like colorway, it like bluish, kind of everything is black, and you kind of see like silhouettes bluish and stuff. Like that's how I kind of saw the complete arm, which is insane that the body does that. But it made sense to me of like, why didn't I notice the recovery? The recovery right now is like, I have not gained the complete recovery of my eyesight. The liquid that was inside of my eye and the attachment is way better. Some days I see more than other, and by I see, I'm doing the retina detachment story video.
Okay.
Do you have any questions that I could add?
You were in pain?
If I was in pain, I would feel like a sting and then pressure, like a lot of pressure. Have you been punched in the face?
Not in a long time,
Not in a long time.
but I have.
Well, I feel like it was like a punch in the face, like, and the eye at first was like very tight. And then like slowly it was getting looser and looser. I'm so grateful for like the results that I've had. It have helped me in this process, like see the beauty around me that I took for granted before, like the colors, how the light reflects on everything, on a tree, on a leaf, on the reflect of light in your face. Everything is magical now for me, so that has helped me. I hope I get back my complete eyesight. Before I used to use glasses, and then I got a LASIK surgery. One thing doesn't not have to do with the other, but I know what it is to not have clear eyesight. That is not what it is. That's what people assume it is. It's like, oh, you can't see. Oh yeah, I can't see either. No. You can see blurry. I don't have that. It's like, it's black. So it's like, no, I can't see. No, it's put your eyes here and that's how it looks. Like put your hand over your eye and that's how it looks. Like black, but it's just a piece. So I could see this part of it. So it's like if you're walking around like this. So I could see this part of it and then this complete part and this eye completely. And that's it. I'm gonna end the video here. If you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll try to answer them in the next video.